manage to regain their dominating streak? Or is it going to be GRIN with another surprise upset here? Let us find out. One thing to mention as well is that the Razor and Rubik lane is pretty annoying as well with that double damage steal coming out.
Yeah, it's the same as like the Underlord Rubik lanes, you know? It's like, oh god, please, I just want to right click a little bit. Yeah, it's not going to happen too much. Quite a defensive lane, and already Disruptor going on quite the journey here.
He is.
Oh no, I have that bug where it's Radiant or Dire Vision. How do I fix that, by the way? Do I have to leave the game, watch a game, and then come back in?
I don't know. I haven't had it.
Oh, he's doing the ward!
Oh, he's doing your thing.
Oh,
he's a T-Governor fan.
Yeah! Okay, all right, let's lock in. Why am I so happy? Why I scream, I tweet. Okay, I'm gonna disconnect from the game to fix my visual bug. I hope it doesn't appear on stream. No, it doesn't. All right, cool.
Meanwhile,
so basically, to give
exciting
context,
happening
by
around
the
the
way,
bounty runes. Everyone's just grabbing them. Go ahead, T.
But basically, what this ward does is the tower that sees the sentry, but because of the tree, it doesn't see it. But when the creeps then walk past it, they will then get vision to then hit it. They aggro, and because the Radiant lane is a little bit shorter, it actually basically does enough body blocking. No one body blocks on Dire, so now Double King's like, ah, crap, my wave's already been blocked for me, and actually be under tower. So the lane will naturally just shift all the way up to the Dire side, and yeah, unfortunately.
Dust is desperately trying. He's like, no, please, please. He can actually drag it back here.
They did a pretty good job. That was a nice. Normally when you do this, you kind of need to have someone to body there as well to take the fight. But the reason why they did it is to try and set up for this tri-lane top and get a kill. And unfortunately, it didn't transpire for GRIN. But I love the fact that they are trying these little new tech things that are occurring.
Very innovative. You like to see it. So, yeah, it didn't. I mean, you know, the wave actually dipped under the tower again there, so it will end up doubling up the range creeps. And yeah, Moose is going to be able to be pretty uncontested for a while. Like, I mean, sure, he's going to miss out on some creeps, but the lane's going to shove in, and Rain will come across now and start to help things out.
Nice moves. And these are the kind of moves that you need to make on GRIN, right? When you're going up against CDUB, who are maybe the more kind of try-hard potential team, maybe. They're the ones that have aspirations because they've been in DPC for so long that you expect them to have that final drive in the final tour. Like, I'm happy to see GRIN entering the game with a really clear mindset, especially being the Norton 4 team as well. Like, a lot of these teams in this position, they can kind of back down or bow out. And, no, already pretty cool stuff. Nice setup as well. Putting the Disruptor with the Tidehunter just means that you will always have Glimpse to help remove the static link.
It would go on top here as they're trying to bring down Salivating Salamander 37, but they don't quite have the damage to get through that Pugna. Interestingly, the Flame Break looked like it was actually broken by a bash there, so that was a little unlucky. Still probably didn't make a huge amount of difference, and you'd rather get the bash.
Duster in the bot lane.
Oh, he's low. He's low. He is going to fall. Will they trade the kill? I don't think so. Moosey's just going to be able to walk himself out. And that will be that. And of course, back towards the top side, they do finish the kill onto Salivating Salamander 37. And Sanctified will also go down. So they will trade it out there. Kind of cute that I think he used a spell at the last second to die to Nether Ward. I'm assuming that's what happened.
Yeah, just to give you an update, Nomad, my entire visual feed is so broken from my in-game perspective and it's bugged out, so I'm just going to go off PGM. So all right. I'm on the wild ride, boys.
Yeah, you're on board with Yosin.
There we go.
Ride or die today.
Oh, it's so weird. It's like whenever I click, I just see the mid lane. It's very strange.
Oh yeah, I have heard about that one. It's a rare one. You get blessed today.
Yeah, I know. Go me. And unfortunately, for Mark, he hasn't been blessed with a good matchup because, like Ember, it doesn't really do so hot against the Timbersaw. Like with the Flame Guard, there are scenarios where you can bully a little bit, but I think the Timbersaw, if you just itemize correctly, you just get so tanky you don't care. Now I've seen Timbers go boots bottle against Ember. They lose the lane. It's like, boys, you just don't need to do that. You just get a little bit tankier, and he's actually going boots bottle now, so maybe he won't do so well. He's doing the build that I just flamed.
yeah, we'll see if Ember flames him back in response, or whether Rojo's got the right idea. So playing a couple of bashes coming down as Isla is the one to kind of be in control of this one at the moment. I mean, the Sven's farming fine, but Isla definitely feels like he's the boss of this lane.
Sven isn't a very present carry in the laning phase. Often Sven needs the support to do the work for him, and he gets over the line with the tankiness of Warcry or setting up a stun. The fact that he's paired with a Pugner, it means that this lane is going to be very passive, and also could have been a reason why they put the Spirit Breaker in the off lane, because it's like, wait a second, this lane's so weak, we can get a core Spirit Breaker through his weakest part of the game, which is his laning phase, and into the game. So, yeah. So far, so good in regard to CDUB. Most of their cores are pretty happy. And for Sven, at least, he's always going to hit creeps. That is going to be the trade-off. He's got 23 CS, 6 eyes to his name. And even when things get dicey, he will happily go to jungle.
And finally, of course, we have this bot lane, one we haven't really been talking about a whole lot, but probably the most dramatic lane at the moment, because this Tidehunter is getting stomped out something special.
Yeah, at any point in this bot lane, if you waste Glimpse, or if you're too far down the lane on Tidehunter, you are just going to get lifted or static linked, fade bolted, just pressured pretty much. And you already see it here. Just the trader spells. Every time they're available, Radiant goes for the aggression, Dire goes for the disengage. Interesting. I haven't been able to follow mid too much, but this time around, Timbersaw is just doing a lot more work than expected. 31-11 to the 23-2. Normally I see Embers do relatively better in this, but yeah, every lane's just poking at each other, just constant. I'll have to see it.
Yeah, there's a lot of aggression coming out from everybody at the moment. I love how Isla and Sanctified are just always next to each other. You know, they're always going on the same target, always running around. It's that's cute. You know,
you need that synergy for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, Tidehunter again in the bot lane. Yep.
Yeah, lift up, throwback, double king, doing the damage. He's going to want to go under tower for this one. But he barely needs to. They're going to get the kill onto Muzi. Man, Rain left the lane for like 2 seconds. Just going to make some stacks and secure the level 6 rune, the minute 6 rune. But yeah, they were super ready for that one.
Yeah, it's one of the more predictable, aggressive plays that you can make, right, as a safe lane duo. It's like, boys, it's about to hit 6 minutes. If the support's not mid, they're griefing mid, and if they're not in off lane, you know, they're griefing off lane, right? So it's so hard to play into that window. You just need to be very disciplined.
Ooh, Slider Fist didn't dodge the glimpse. That one's going to hurt. Mark might still be in some trouble here. The Shakarams out. The Timbersaw's level 6. That's going to mean he could just run him down. And that will be a cool kill coming out for the side of GRIN. Rain rotating for the minute 6 rune. And it does pay off in the end.
But not enough damage. Only level 3 Batrider.
Yeah. Yeah, Sanctified, not the beast he wants to be this game around.
I don't know, everyone in this lane has the letter S in their nickname. Even Duster. No worries, I got you.
Yeah,
so
only S havers allowed. Yeah, Isla might have taken a step too far here. Tower hammering down on him, does switch the aggro as Soul's being chased through. Duster needs to finish the job. They'll need a couple of right clicks if they want to finish him off here, and they will find it. Sanctified Duster, bring him down. But what is the cost going to be? They've already lost Sanctified. Now Rain comes in, looking towards Duster as well. Just throws down the kinetic field to keep him in place. And Duster cannot really fight into this at the moment. He is going to fall. Mark, can he dodge out the glimpse this time around? Now he's got the level 6. Yes, he can. He's going to run down Salivating Salamander 37 and get himself out with no problems at all.
And then they're straight back again. Muzi left by himself, automatically dying as well. Yeah, GRIN are really struggling. Like, the only lane going well for them is this mid lane Timbersaw, who has absolutely demolished the mid lane. He is 51-18 to the Ember, 12, like 1,300 gold ahead, and the only way that Ember's gonna get back into this game are the moves he's making, right? Poking his head into top. Because right now, he can't do anything, and unfortunately I wasn't able to really have a close eye on how that developed, but...
Soul trying to bring down Isla here. Can he finish the job? He knows that the glimpse is coming on through, but Duster's ready with the lift. Beautiful timing on that telekinesis. A read on a read on a read. And Mark now just trying to get one more kill onto Rain here, but he's got to be careful. Soul's got so much damage, and he's just dishing it out, forcing Mark back and keeping his support alive. So no one going to drop here in the top lane, despite the God Strength being used.
God, it's just way too much action. Every time I go to look to talk about it, it's like, oh, they're back at it again, go fight! Yeah. And it's like, even though Timbersaw's having this incredible game, like, look at Double King. The fact that he's got a couple kills to his name, 4,500 net worth on himself. I'll be really excited to see how he itemizes on this Razor. Do they even have damage to kill Timbersaw here? He has an illusion rune. I guess? Maybe?
Maybe? Roho does
Now
himself
Glimpse.
back. Oh, Glimpse is there, Sanctified. They haven't actually brought him down yet, and Mark's jumped in just to kill off Rain. Does so much damage to the guy. Looking over towards Roho as well, but he gets both of his spells off, and Mark is just tanking tower at the moment. He needs to get the kill. Timber Chain comes through. Roho's just going to bring him down. Isla still trying to chase this right now, but he needs something, and he's not going to find it. Molotov comes on through. It's not going to be enough to tick down the Timbersaw, though. Timber is actually turning around to go back in the Madman. No way he gets away with that one. In comes a Ravage to the backlines, trying to bring down Sanctified. Will be able to do so, and Isla will fall as well. My God, I mean...
Yo, Duster's got Ravage, boss. Just you wait.
Radiant's top tower is
My Sven's going to be so careful. Okay, good. He passed down. Duster gets out with the Ravage as well. What a steal. I was just picturing it. Soul walks back in, doesn't realize Ravage is stolen, just insta-dies to it. I mean, well, Double King's like, thank you for the great work, boys. I bought a Falcon Blade of Treads and already one component deep to BKB. This was a very old school style of build for Razor because you just rush the BKB and you throw your team into every engagement. And it feels like CDUB are just going to hit this early mid-game timing, right? My only concern is Ember and Barrow, they've made so many rotations that sure, it looks pretty, they're getting kills, but look at the net worth. They're just in the shadows of Timber and Sven. Can Razor do all the heavy lifting by himself?
That is a great question, and I don't know. This hero has not felt particularly overwhelming over the past few months, but maybe this was a buff we needed to see him back in the game. I mean, he's come very, very strongly out of this laning phase. Always has been a strong laner. Let's see what he's able to do now that he is amped up and ready to go.
I love Duster. He still has Ravage, right? So he's walking up behind like, yeah, go on, you want to go on me? I dare you. Come on. You don't want to
You can
throw
kill
hands
me
with this
fast
guy.
enough.
Yeah, exactly. Even if you kill me, I'll get the
You
Ravage
lucky
out.
punk. Now I know what you're thinking. Did I fire off 5 Ravages or 6? Yeah, Double King's just vibing down here. I mean, there's 2 heroes in his lane, and he's like, yeah, sure, come. I will fight you. I will take your damage. I will drain you dry.
I mean, GRIN has 0 ways to progress the map with their lineup. Like, Pugna can, Timbersaw can with 3 waves, but to do it with confidence against an Ember Spirit Breaker plus back, like, it's so difficult.
Ooh, glimpse out. Gonna send back
I'm
the
so
Spirit
close.
Breaker. All right, no XP for Isla, I guess. Rain, yeah, he's gonna drop here. Even Double King coming in for the side, trying to snipe the kill, but ends up with just a assist instead.
Wait, is this going for a Midas on Spirit Breaker?
Yo.
Damn. Oh. Am I a fan of this? 50-50. But because of everything I mentioned about him being starved and active, I can, again, still respect it for the... I think they can feel in the team, like Ember and Spirit Breaker having bad games. So if Ember can go like some Maelstrom and BKB, Barrow then goes to the Midas to get his levels back up. And if Double King can soak the early game, I can see it working out. But also it could be the incorrect itemization where they try and win the mid-game fights, but they're still in farm mode of multiple cores, and they've just, rem... And, wait, was he glimpsed or rem? Yeah, remnanted, of course.
He remnanted, yeah, he had a remnant down. They thought he was going to jump back to it. Instead, he was jumping to the other remnant. That old chestnut. Every disruptor player has been bamboozled by it once or twice. And throw down the D-ward, please. Voice line. That's one of my favorites. It's so passive-aggressive, especially when you're pos 5.
Dustin now still Static Storm as well. Ooh, he's getting all the big steals.
On him. Yeah, doesn't really have a way to keep him inside of that Static Storm, though. And Salivating Salamander 37 is healing up Rain right now. In comes a Ravage, the hammer to follow, but yeah, it doesn't really catch out Mark. Rain's still alive through this one as well, playing on the sidelines, but they can't rip through the brick wall that is Muzi. This Tidehunter might have had a bad game, but he's still a Tidehunter.
Such big spells used, but to no avail. CDUB should be able to muster the courage to look at this tier 1 tower. Static Storm on cooldown, Ravage on cooldown. Even Godstrike isn't available, but if Sven was to turn up, that'd be a disaster for GRIN. So, yeah, CDUB doing a pretty good job just soaking up these spells. And even Chakram as well. Damn, Duster, calm down, man. Stop getting all the big spells.
He's like me at a buffet, you know, just going straight in for the big things first.
Oh,
Screw the little olives and the...
You don't get baited for the bread or the rice or the pasta, all carbs.
Just fills you up.
That's like buffet, like your first ever buffet trip. You know, it's like, oh my god, the bread's so... No, get the meat, get the goodies.
The bread is a lie. And leave room for dessert as well, because they're often the highest value items there. Anyway, CDUB still looking to fight this one, and actually
no.
Salamander 37 and spent a bit too long healing up his Timbersaw and actually gets just sleight of fisted down. You've always got to be careful about that one, but yeah, gotta be said here. It's a weird old game because CDUB are pretty far behind when it comes to the core net worths. You know, like this net worth chart is actually crazy at the moment. Like it looks like this Sven and this Timber should just be owning, but Timber's honestly looking like he's in a bit of trouble right here. Luckily, he's got himself that Lotus Orb to put upon himself. The Zizzler comes charging on across, and Timbersaw all inside the enemy chakram here. That's not his, but he's still going to try and fight up into this one. Soul coming across as well. He's got that ultimate pop, so he really wants to try and get us some clicks here. He will be able to catch out Duster at the very least. Rojo, Fireflu getting up to the high ground, trying to bring down Sanctified. Chakram is going to be dodged. The Shackle, nice job with the Timber Chain, getting down to low ground, but has he taken a step too far? Yes, he has. Double King takes him down as his Razor continues to be the king of the game.
Dude, what a scrappy game. It's just back and forth fighting, and now we're seeing at least Spirit Breaker, the Midas paying off. He went from being the bottom of the cores to now slowly sneaking his way up. So it is going to help out a little bit there. And of course, with Mark going for the Maelstrom, that's going to be his farming tool. So CDUB, I think they are identifying the fact that the game is a little bit weird. Farming is going to be key. I am very interested to see how they utilize this BKB on Razor, because if they throw him into the fights, then sure, it's a great pickup. If they don't, then maybe he himself could have gone for a little bit of a farming route as well. But still, CDUB pretty much setting the pace of this game, as you can see. And your question about Timbersaw, why he's going down, he went for a naked Lotus Orb brush. That means he doesn't have any real physical resistance other than maybe the Plate Mail, doesn't have any natural magic resistance against the Ember, the Barra, the Batrider, the Rubik. So he's kind of in like a weird spot for itemization right now. And Muzi, Muzi. I see this every time. He actually lives for now.
You see what? Yeah, Tidehunter walking away every time. Well, that's exactly what's happening here. But Duster has gone down. Double King holding this high ground. Doesn't want to overextend on this, but Isla says, I'm overextending. That's the name of the game, son. The cow goes in and gets a kill onto the Tidehunter. Timber Chain, big miss there actually from Rojo. Fire Fluid now. He's going to get lassoed up, but straight into the Lotus. I mean, no one's going anywhere, but Rojo still goes down. That said, the Sven is able to grab himself one kill. Now moves across towards Isla as well. Looking for a second Isla. He can't walk his way out of this one. Is going to get brought down by the tower. And then it's going to be 3 heroes on the side of CDUB, 3 heroes on the side of GRIN as the brawl doth continue.
But this just isn't good for CDUB though. Like they're the ones who are meant to be the aggressors, but they're forcing it so much that they also could have easily get hit by a Ravage there. If Tidehunter at the last second he got Krakened and then Ravaged, even bigger turnaround potential. And so throughout all of this, he is happily farming up. He is about to hit the 10k mark in 16 minutes. He went for the Blink Dagger. And for Double King, that was his BKB reveal. And he revealed it, plowing his face into a tier 2. Like, that ain't how you want to show it off, boss. You're like, it's got to be a little bit more classy. And yeah, Muzi running around, soaking up stuff. And that is where GRIN's lineup's going to feel good, right? Either the Timbersaw tanks or the Tide tanks. But you're always going to have counter initiation from the Sven. Like, it's kind of the team fight writes itself because of how easy their heroes will soak up any form of damage.
Well, Miltau's going to fall here. Muzi's going to grab that one for himself and Tidehunter. And that will be a pretty important objective, honestly, for GRIN. And completely uncontested as well. CDUB seems to have taken some reflection. They've been like, all right, like, our Ember needs, like, he needs to get into the game. As does the Spirit Breaker. You know, we've got a Midas. We've got a Midas. No need to rush things.
Yeah. And Tidehunter, he's got the Courier with his Blink Dagger, hiding it off place. So if they are to click on Tidehunter, it's like, oh, he doesn't have Blink. And now, bam, now it enters the inventory. He has Ravage available, Static Storm available, God Strength available. Like, everything is ready for GRIN if they want to be the Scufflers for once in this game. But often, the Scuffler becoming... Okay, they're even smoking up.
All right, easy smoke pop. Bye-bye.
All right, back to farm, boys. We tried to be aggressive.
Yep,
didn't work out. All right, hit the jungle. Rough. No, I feel like for GRIN, they can just calm down, hit creeps themselves, because once Timbersaw gets Ags, Sven should also have BKB at that timing, and that alone will probably overwhelm CDUB. Like, there is no item that CDUB can buy before Ags on Timbersaw and BKB on Sven that makes them feel good for the bigger engagement. So I would like to see GRIN not smoke. I'd like to see them just hit some creeps, just have a breather in this game.
Double King. I don't think he realizes there's a Timbersaw within his lightning field. One's SC.
He doesn't see him right now. We have currently toggled the fog, but we do see Rain Prince on the creep wave. And Sven is also drawing a pair of glasses on the minimap. Rain is drawing the nose. It feels like I mean, it does feel like a maybe Family Guy style drawing, but yet to really complete it. Stick to playing Dota, guys. You're kind of shit at drawing.
Had to be said. Had to be said.
Also,
right,
Salivating Salamander's name doesn't even go, like, it's too big for the the graphic.
Good old Salivating Salamander 37 Seal Anime Season 2. Don't know what Seal Anime Season 2 is. Sounds suspicious.
Radiant are scanning.
Do you reckon... Imagine if they actually paid for that. If they were like, hey, you know what? Advertise our new anime in your Dota username. We'll pay you like £10 a match. Deal?
Sure. I mean, advertising, you know, there's a lot of real estate available.
It's free.
Yeah.
Especially when you're paying for it. Soul
Logic.
There's actually being seen here. They're going for this right now. The full commitment coming through onto the Sven, but Salivating Salamander is nearby, and here
BKB.
he throws down the invis, and that's going to allow the Soul to survive. And now with the Blink Dagger, with the BKB, how many items has this kid got? The answer is a lot. He's going to take down Duster, and now they'll go towards Isla as well. Isla, he does have this Charge of Darkness if he can get out of the Static Storm, and that he can, and rams right back through everybody to get himself away to safety.
I'm gonna do that from now on.
Beautiful
I'm gonna annoy every single person listening. I won't do that. Trust me. Don't worry. That was a one-time thing. Yeah. So for CDUB again, it just feels so sloppy with how they're trying to make these plays. It's very forced. I love the fact that Batrider, he set the ward down, disengaged, and then allowed everyone to go into the mix. But the BKB really turned that around. So unfortunate CDUB. They go for a kill, don't get it, and Sanctify gets picked off again. Will he get the TP?
Yeah,
No, he won't.
Woozy. That's I mean, that's a trade and a half going the way of CDUB. They'll be happy about that one. Unsurprised. I mean, GRIN, well, I'm not that surprised because they didn't have their ultis anymore. No God Strength on the Sven, no Static Storm, so didn't want to commit the Ravage for it.
That's the mindset CDUB needs though in this game. Like they need to have that resilience to things going wrong, because as soon as spells are down, you need to go again. As soon as BKB's wasted on Soul, you want to get your Razor in position and get on top of him. You want your Barra to be charging through. So I like the fact that I am seeing CDUB have that kind of tenacity in them, and they aren't backing down.
Yeah, and you know, that gold lead is not huge. In fact, it's almost non-existent. Sven is a little bit ahead of the Razor, and the Razor's quite significantly ahead of the Timbersaw. They're all following each other
Another smoke
closely. Muzi is the one suffering the most.
The last time GRIN smoked up, they found nothing, but this time...
he finds a big catch. Oh my goodness. Two supports just cuddled up right next to each other. Duster and Sanctify just holding hands going for the D-ward, and Sven, he can't resist.
That was an absolutely juicy engagement, and that is going to be the entire game against this Sven. Look at him, just keeps going.
Yeah, my man's used God Strength. He wants to make the use of it.
Oh.
What's that about? Oh, he glimpsed him.
No, he had a Remnant again. He glimpsed him back and then Remnant dodged it once again.
He did? It looked like he was in that Static Storm though, like fully.
Ember
DJ,
Spirit.
can we get a replay on that?
It's the same thing that happened earlier. It truly is quite an annoying thing for Ember. Oh, sorry, for Disruptor and Ember.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not so fun.
No.
Well, 14-17 is a scoreline, a slight goal advantage for the side of GRIN.
Trying to see if there was any big ticket pickups. And Ags on Timbersaw. That is going to be the pickup that we're referencing now. And there isn't any Dispel right now on CDUB's lineup to be able to deal with it. There is no Yules, no Nullifiers. So this is going to be a Timbersaw that, against two melee heroes and a Razor that likes to relatively be in melee range, is going to kind of put this Timbersaw in a much tankier position.
Yeah, he's going to be a beast.
Of course, with the reactive armor, as you see here, bonus based on people in your proximity. So anything melee or on top of you, even Batrider as well, is going to throw some additional help towards Timbersaw.
Yeah, it's extremely obnoxious. So looking for another target here, going in for double king, popping that ultimate, no hesitation as he brings down the Razor. This is just Soul. This is his game. He's running around the map, finding the kills, hits his timings, and yeah, just murdering the enemy carry like it's nothing.
Yeah. And again, you need to be mindful. They just use Ravage. So for CDUB, Razor respawns. What should you do? Hit the creeps or try and find a fight? Probably should try and find a fight because you know Ravage is going to be on cooldown for nearly 100 seconds once you're alive. Like, this is where I want to see CDUB group back up together and just muster some aggression on the map. And we've seen them try and do it to Muzi before. It's quite a questionable one to try. Yeah, and they back out. They go for his Kura instead.
Team are coming. They're coming through the portal. Yeah, it seems like... Is this going to be read by CDUB? Isla? This is an area you want to walk into here. I mean, Sol doesn't have the God Strength anymore, but at the same time, they might just have the damage. Oh, okay. Hello. Bye-bye. All right. See you later. Well, I'm coming too now. Oh, it's not.
Oh, God.
Portal's so awkward. Funny.
Was there really any follow-up? Could the Sven just TP out again after? I mean, Ember was pretty close, but still. Unfortunately, not on the ball there to cancel the TPs.
Yeah. It's pretty unexpected to find a hero just sitting up there, TPing away.
Yeah, the random, like, 24-minute dude just chilling at the port. Like, Sven, mate, you're meant to be farming. Why are you just hugging this, you know, twin gate? Come on. Be a better carry. That's what Izza said. And Soul's like, yeah, no worries, boss, on it. BRB.
All right, go hit them.
About to whip out a Silver Edge. Yeah. Or a Lincoln, sorry, actually.
Advantage. Bottom lane, here's a play onto Muzi. Lift up into the charge connecting, but the TPs are coming in thick and fast from the side of GRIN. And, well, CDUB, they're just going to leave Isla behind. They're like, yeah, sorry, bro. We got other things to do.
This engagement would have worked about 2 patches ago if Spirit Breaker had the shard that allowed him to break on his ultimate. Because that wouldn't have been tied cracking in multiple things. But now, his shard is playing out pocket, and he doesn't even have it. It just doesn't do anything. So one of the best aspects of Spirit Breaker, which was a break mechanic, has been removed. He has an ag, sure, it's not some nice damage, but very optimistic for CDUB to go for that. I feel like that's been the theme of this entire game. CDUB has like blind optimism to just throw bodies in the hope to get kills. Like, it's like, if we have the numbers, surely they die. And Muzi has always just been like the soak for it.
The thing is that their draft kind of necessitates that. Like, I don't see them winning a game where they're not trying that sort of Dota. They're just in that weird position where, yeah, they're not going to win it late. So it's going to have to be the call. Ooh, the Remnant destroyed the tree he tried to Timber Chain to. Not would have made a huge difference maker, but yeah, Rojo Fire Flu going to be lamenting that one. What's his Razor's build been? BKB, Sanjin Yasha, and he doesn't have much else. Huh, man's is not as rich as I thought, but Muzi is going to get brought down eventually here. But that said, Salivating Salamander coming in from the sidelines with the life drain, keeping him alive. They are going to be able to finish him off there as they find him in the tree lands. Muzi will eventually die as well, but look at this Timber in the front with the Ag. Soul committing as well, but if they can disengage here on CDUB, it's going to be a huge dub for them, but they won't be able to get there. Cow out of this one, and Sol even popping the BKB. Okay, that's a little interesting, but nevertheless, a great fight from the side of CDUB, I would say, as they only lose their Spirit Breaker and they get those big cooldowns going.
Yeah, and that's the key thing, right? CDUB, they're able to look at the engagement, bait out some spells, and then reset and instantly smoke up again. This is what you want to see from CDUB with this type of lineup. The constant go, 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 don't care about the deaths, even with Barra down. Look at them, they're just hugging each other.
They go straight in the moment. The stun, it's not going to do a whole lot of work here as they're just cooking under the fire of Sanctified. But look at the barrier coming on through. They can't penetrate through it. Rojo Fire Flu, he's doing so much work, and that barrier's about to explode and do a huge amount of damage to Mark. And that is just not how the script was meant to be followed there. CDUB just get absolutely put in the dirt.
They just flicked through a couple pages, and like, when you smoke up like that, you want to find the Sven or the Pugner or anyone but the Tide. Like, even when resources are down, be it God Strength or Ravage, like, Timbersaw is still super OP. I don't know if I said Tide meant Timbersaw, but still, it's like, this Timber is giga fat. Like, he is humongous. And unfortunately for CDUB, I like the energy. You know, I love the fact that they poke, reset, smoke, go, but they find the Timber. Oh, the one hero they didn't want to find. Yeah. And now GRIN, they get Roshan. They don't even have to use God Strength for it, potentially. That is a massive win for GRIN once again. We might be the curse to CDUB.
We really might. We really might. Maybe they just don't want to talk to us. They're like, oh, no, not these guys. Let's just lose so we don't have to do the interview.
Yeah, they don't think they're going to Div 1. So it's like, all right, well, we just won't win the game, the 2 games that Nomad and T-Cast, so then...
Anti-British. Oh, shake my head.
Oh, God.
Who can blame them?
Yeah, true.
It does feel like the one thing CDUB really need right now is like a Yules or just like a way to take this Timbersaw out of the game. And no one's going for that at all, which is concerning.
Spirit Breaker can actually buy it. And it's not that bad for Spirit Breaker. You get additional move speed, you get some kite potential, you can deal with Sven or the Tide, or even... it's just a nice hero item to buy. Way down the line, you can even go Wind Waker. So
I love that item.
It's such a sad item in the fact that it's so hard to buy and feel good. Like, the super late game, like, when does a person still have a casual Yules to then go, you know what, boys, I'm upgrading to the Wind Waker? Like, normally at 60 minutes, that Yules has already been traded off for something else. And I feel like Wind Waker, there's so many cool plays to make with it, be it saving people in Chrono, Black Hole, any big control. It's just, a bit of a lost item. And if it was, cheaper, for example, it'd be too good. So it is arguably a hard to balance item, but I wish we saw it more.
Yeah, it's something you only ever see in like really long games where the supports are getting loads of money. And then you can see it coming out then, or someone
the Rubik players
pick it up. Yeah. Yeah.
I always hear like the random Aetherlens Rubik Yules player who then just suddenly gets Wind Waking. Like, wait, what? What's happening? You're like 12-0, boss. You're just such a god. Why'd you ever win? I'm not going to complain, but... I mean, GRIN, they've, through the ages and the Timbersaw as well, of course, when you have Sven on your team, very much a, what is the correct phrase for this? Is it like binary? Because it's like
hero.
Transformation, binary, like zeros and ones, like he's on or he's off, like...
Light switch hero.
Yeah.
Let's make it that. I like that.
But do you hear other people talk about these types of heroes? Like, do you know what they phrase it as? That's like an actual question. Like, is it transformation? Is it binary? Is it
transformation?
Okay.
That's what do you want to?
Yeah. Is it good though?
Can we light switch?
Okay. Yes. Sven's quite a light switch hero. Yeah, I've got to flick him on or off, and of course with an Aegis, once you flicked him on and he dies, he's then turned off. So the Aegis doesn't really come into play too much. No, I think that works well, man. I think we've really invented a whole new phrase. Yeah.
We've done it.
Because of course, when Terrorblade's turned off, meta doesn't continue. No.
Yeah. Team really want to turn him on again, but of course you've got to wait for that cooldown.
I mean, that's why you pick Kotal, because you can start, Chakra, and you can really help the guy.
Yeah. Can you help turn him on? Roho Fire Flu, though, he is an absolute beast this game. He's got an Aegis, he's got an Aghanims, he's got a Sange, he's got a Lotus. I mean, I can keep going, but I'm not going to. They're not killing this guy. He knows that. We know that. He's going to keep whacking on these barracks. CDUB, what is the play? I mean, you've got a Blink Dag on your Razor, like, take his damage or something, I suppose, but... What's that gonna do? Answer, not a whole lot.
This is a point where you kind of want your Timbersaw to have the shard, right? Get a little bit of flamethrower action, chip down the buildings a little bit quicker.
Catapult. Huge.
So clutch. Just Timber's so... okay, again, beautiful stuff from GRIN here. Like, the execution of this, so many pubs are lost because they're not understanding how to go high ground. But like GRIN, Timbersaw goes up, Pugner behind, don't even put Sven near contention of getting jumped. And Isla, he's been dusted up. Bulldozer cooldown for 2 seconds. Charging cooldown for 1 more second. Should be
He might have just done it.
He's only going to
just done it. The absolute madman.
Does have the Lincolns, of course, to eat up the glimpse. But this is where Spirit Breaker likes to thrive. When the game gets a little bit dicey, he can kind of ignore his team, skip waves relentlessly. And maybe that's what CDUB need to do now. I'm concerned they can actually win a 5-on-5. They need to somehow get the Sven to blink in to then give Razor entry to the fight.
Hold on here, CDUB. They're going for a very deep engagement with Mark and with Isla. Yeah, looks like they're just poking the hornet's nest, Inviting them out to party. And then,
shaking it.
Get themselves away, yeah. You ever stung by a bee as a child?
I actually stepped on one accidentally when I was on holiday. Yeah, it's kind of annoying.
Ooh.
I had to go to A&E because my foot went a little bit bulbous.
Oh,
But
really?
then-
You had an allergic reaction.
Yeah, I mean, the guy, the little bee thing, decided to like be on the ground, like sticky thing up. So when I walked
Awesome.
over it, its
Yeah.
little arse went into my foot and got amongst my toes and shit. And then suddenly, that's me crying in pain. I think I was in like, I don't know, I was on holiday. And I was trying to like tell the people, like, please help. I've stood on a bee. And they're like, grow up, boy.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm sorry. Yeah, exactly. Literally. Like the American people next to me, like, oh my God, are you going to die? I'm like, I don't know, maybe.
Yes. As a kid, it's always like, yes, I'm not long for this world. My parents, I love them.
Farewell. Farewell, Barbados. I don't think it was Barbados. I don't think I've ever been to Barbados.
Radiant's bottom tower has
No, I haven't. Just sounded good for the moment.
top tower is under
GRIN,
attack.
they are grouped up. I think they just need to position again. Timbersaw up front, place a sentry down so you can't get wrapped around on, and slow siege. Just be a beautiful execution for this high ground. Very disciplined.
Everything done.
Radiant's
Yep.
bottom tower
Sentry is there, the Nether Ward is there, the Timbersaw is there. They don't have an Aegis anymore, but who cares? Like, they're not going to kill him with an Aegis. They're not going to kill him without an Aegis. Salivating Salamander has been charged upon. And Islow's going to complete that one. Let's see if they can actually catch him out this time. As over in the front, they're actually going for the Disruptor, who's somehow been scooped up, brought back into the enemy lines. Okay, this could be the way back into the game for CDUB, but of course they've still got a lot to fight through there. As Isla just pieces out once again. He's just playing his own little game.
Disruptor doesn't have buyback, so can't even utilize the buyback into outpost play.
Yeah.
It's currently short about 400 gold, and that 400 gold also would be the Aghanims on Disruptor. CDUB, they can feel the severity of the situation. They have numbers advantage. They need to get something more. They've been behind for at least 10 minutes of this game. But don't
Gods is
make the
down as
fatal
well.
mistake. Don't run into the Timbersaw once again. Find someone else.
What if they do it? What if they can kill him?
By Jove, it will be great.
Flying forwards here. He's got the Timber Chain. They have found the Pugna. It's not exactly the bee's knees, but you know, it'll do. It'll do.
Oh, yep, he's dead. Yep, CDUB, if they can survive the onslaught of the siege, the retreat will always be CDUB favored, right? The chase down potential is insane on CDUB. It's just they need to manufacture scenarios that enable them to get their heroes to play this way, right? And I think he's very much understood what he needs to do. Just see a wave, press bulldoze, charge. Be careful not to get picked off, because that one death, suddenly waves aren't pushed in, then you need to buy back. Now you can't make these plays, so it's a high-risk playstyle to make, but if you do it well, you can keep your team in most games.
Absolutely. Yeah, 36 minutes in. I mean, not the game we're expecting here. We're expecting bigger things from CDUB, but once again, you know that they just don't seem to have the momentum to carry themselves through with this rough laning phase they sort of had. Razor just wasn't the hero to put their faith in, it seems.
Dire's bottom tower is under
Honestly, I wouldn't even say it's... I mean, I guess it was the Razor because he got picked off, then they went top. It's like BKB reveal was wasted, then he gets picked off. But also just I think the whole philosophy of CDUB's playstyle or plan in this game didn't really amplify the Razor. I guess as well, like, does Razor really... Yeah, we've already mentioned this. Sorry, Razor doesn't counter Sven. Sven's way too explosive of a physical damage hero, so...
Yeah.
Sven was also picked after the Razor, to be fair, so we can't really talk about that narrative being a thing for the Razor. He was picked into Timber and Tide, where you can argue Razor does decent. Still maybe not the best of picks available, but comfort always probably reigns supreme over better choices.
Okay.
And this time around, GRIN instantly want to go for Roshan. They're throwing in the big spells this time around. They're not trying to be greedy and not use God Strength.
Yeah, I kind of respect it, you know, just a very respectful play. Just pop the gods here, try and get it done as quickly as possible. Don't give CDUB a chance to respond to it. Grab yourself an Aegis. This time it will be on the Sven.
On the light switch hero.
Yeah.
Okay, so with the light switch this time, when he is turned off though, he does have Harpoon, Nullifier, Silver Edge, and Lincoln's. So he has a lot of like active items that can bridge the fact that he doesn't have God Strength.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Not the worst. Like if this was a Sven, but let's say like Daedalus, and just raw right-click items, like an AC, then sure, it's a pretty bad pickup. But because of all the small items he's got, or active items, I think it changes the pace of it for sure. And,
Yeah, it gives him a different way to play the fights as well, where you can just kind of go in and start hitting people.
There's
and
a
then
DD rune.
wait on... Oh, he doesn't need the God Strength. He's already got one.
And it's back up pretty soon, to be fair.
Huge.
Are they going to find him?
Oh,
Get him!
oh,
Glimpse!
Glimpse.
Glimpse back all to the far to the right. Go, go, go!
TP out.
Dire's bottom
Oh, what a
Just
hero.
glimpsed him into Narnia. Boys, we're going to go into the wardrobe. We're going to find him. Oh, he's already gone.
Yeah, they're looking around and there's just nothing to find.
And DD now half usage.
Ridiculous.
That is Spirit Breaker in a nutshell for you.
Yep.
Has Tide
Playing
completed the
the
axe
game.
yet? So Tide now has the axe as well, which it's such a sick item for Tide Hunter. Because you get to blink ravage one group, and then if let's say your Sven's initiating elsewhere, you can just throw the gush out in a distance, apply the slow, the minus armor. Any minus armor with Sven makes him feel like an absolute king in the game. So yeah, I feel like Moosey's played quite a chill game, to be fair. Even though his scoreline's 1-5 and 6.
Sponge, yeah.
Yeah, he's soaked up a lot. Itemized nicely with the halberd, of course. Go for the razor, the ags, the blink. Like, yeah, he's nothing too, spotlightish, but commendable performance. Of course, bottom of the net worth on all cores, but yeah, still been able to punch his name into the game multiple times.
Certainly has. Yeah.
Right, Farmer Nomad taken away with the cast.
Yarp. Oh, the counter nether ward. Maybe this is what they need. Maybe this will even the
are
odds.
fortified.
Holy crap, Sven just popping God Strength and going to hit a tower. He saw this tower on low health and he took that personally. Well, down it will go. Now onto the barracks. Knock, knock. Is anybody home? CDUB. All right, here we go. Not even using the static link, actually. Just throw getting hexed. Now Sven
Instantly
jumps
onto
in,
Duster.
looks for the Rubik, trying to bring him down. Duster, he's nullified up as well, so no chance of him getting away from this one.
Nice
And still
Lotus.
no static field link even being used. Double King's just trying to take him down the first time au natural, and to be fair, he's doing the damage. He will get the kill. That is no God Strength on the Sven. That Light Switch hero is going to come back turned off, but the Ravage comes through onto all of them, and now Soul, he just needs to follow up. Do they have the damage to get through them regardless, despite having no God Strength? Well, they've killed off Mark already. Dustin's going to go down for a second time here, so he is not coming back into this fight. Isla just causing chaos on the backlines. They don't really have the control to bring down the Spirit Breaker. He'll interrupt the TP. This game is not over, T. Double King chasing, still going for more. Hex is out though. Moosey trying to control him up, trying to get the cheeky one onto his Razor. Razor blinking himself away as Soul gets back in. They're going back onto the Ember Spirit. Ember, he just brought back. He's gone again, 105 seconds without no Ember Spirit. Sanctified being chased down as well, and the reactive armor will finish him off.
That was 2 diebacks, and they kind of got baited in because the Tide Hunter, he blinked. So he used tricks to cloak, then blinked, then TP'd, so he wasn't able to invisible TP out, but I think Soul really just the MVP of this fight here. Starts the fight instantly. Timbersaw then lotuses to save the Batrider movement. Like, Godstrom's back up again. 3 heroes dead, no buyback. Double King and Spray Breaker. Only 2 heroes alive. But with the Lincolns in
feel like
play
they
and
can just
Lotus,
go
like,
for the win
they
here.
can't defend it.
No.
Beautiful
This is
performance,
Megas.
honestly,
This
from
is
Grin.
game, I think. Like, they're not
This
going
is
to have
really
any
good.
heroes up for another minute. Double King trying to run them in circles, but can't really do it. Soul smacking away at the tier 4s. God Strength U is about to run out, actually.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
They're taking Megas. Now they'll go for the tier 4s as well. 30 seconds still on that Batrider. Isla trying to commit hard hit. Gets hexed up though, gets Static Storm, the whole 9 yards being thrown his way. They are taking a while to bring him down, but to bring him down they certainly shall. Now Bow buyback on the cow either. Double King trying to hold his ground here with that BKB, but it's not enough. There is nothing which they can do at this point. Next tier 4, probably going to be taken as well. Double King with that AC, trying to hold his ground, but now they jump upon him. They'll throw the kitchen sink towards Double King. Double King with a buyback. CDUB, they're being stubborn about this one. They're holding on, but as our Ancient starts to fall, I mean, Sanctified is back. Ember Spirit's going to come back in about 8 seconds here. But their Ancient is getting very low indeed. And Sol has that ultimate as well with the God Strength. Just going to come in and start whacking away on that Ancient. They've got the lasso. Do they have the timing to bring him back into the fountain? Yes, they do. Down goes the Sven. Ancient's still alive. CDUB, there's no way you come back from this. There's no way. They're coming in forward here, coming in deep. They're trying to bring down Rain. Rojo thinking of trying to go for the Ancient here, realizing that's not possible, but the Ravage is there to bring down Double King. They will get the dieback onto the Razor. Sanctified a mark. Can they do it alone? Try to fight up here. They've got so many Sleight of Fist, so many spells to keep on throwing, and the catapults. They're just, one of them's going to work. The other one's hitting the heroes. Rojo, Fireflu, trying to get that Ancient down, but he just doesn't do the right-click damage. Sanctified in 13 seconds. We'll have the Flaming Lasso back up again, and the GG is called. They realize that there is nothing they can do to hold on to this Ancient. I mean, yeah, no, the Sven's brought back, and they knew at that point that the game was over. GG is called. GRIN will take game.